So, how's the Magic Hippie van? What's going on?
The Magic Hippie van is becoming more magical. It's becoming more spacious. I cleared out most of my belongings.
I saw the paint job that Crockett did on it. That's dope.
Yeah. So
yeah,
he did that. He worked on that. He hit up 3 windows. He's probably gonna do more work soon. And I'm gonna finish up with how I want it to look, so I can easily flip my little twin mattress up,
right.
Put my massage table up, all in one, so I can massage as well as hang out, as well as smoke a little ganja. You know, it's gonna be like a local, like the secret hangout van.
Sure. Are you a massage therapist?
Yes, I went to school for massage therapy.
I thought so. By the way, everybody, we're talking to, if I can say so, the magical Joey Luckay.
Joe Lucky. You say Joe Lucky. I know it's got an A in it, but all my life they say Lucky, so unless my parents lie to me.
You correct me, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to get this right.
I just did.
And now everyone else knows who's going to be listening to this.
Yeah, that's cool. I also put the little enunciation thing on Facebook, so Facebook friends can learn how to say Joseph.
Down when you press the button and it says your name
pronunciation.
The right way.
Yeah.
Right. That's cool.
That's silly, by the way, but actually it's pretty helpful. That's a helpful feature. Good job, Facebook.
It is a helpful feature because sometimes people have no idea how to pronounce a name and they can't press the button.
Yeah, or it's like a really extra long last name and, you know, press the button.
Right. Exactly. So Magic Hippie van is going well?
The Magic Hippie van is about to launch, I'd say, it's already launched. It's already in its prime with certain individuals, like my closest friends. And,
sure.
But I'm gonna relocate it to a different location, which is going to be secret for now.
An undisclosed location. That's always good.
Yeah, it's gonna be close to where it already is. So if you already know where it already is, you'll be able to find it. Don't worry.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
That's kind of.
And then I'm gonna start an Instagram, and I'm gonna start promoting different products, different cannabis for different people. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah.
So the van
have you ever seen the
van can have its own Instagram account?
Correct. Have you ever seen that barsicle? The barsicle?
Yes.
Oh
man, that is ridiculous. All those drunken people paddling down Main Street.
Yeah.
Yes.
Down Main Street. Yeah, I hear them like 3 or 4 times a day, night. They constantly go. They're going. So
yeah, it's a good thing.
Mine's gonna be more cannabis based, but you don't go anywhere. You just relax and chill. You know, it's gonna be like a little the opposite end. It's more.
You've got some ambient lighting in there and some
ambient lighting. It's beautiful in here. I got a nice fuzzy giant pink rug that I got from Ross, and I got a nice pink bedding. It's pink. There's different costumes you can put on. Put on a tutu. You can put on a unicorn onesie. I'll be Peter Pan.
Sure.
There's gonna be more costumes that are gonna end up in here. There's a pirate sword. It's an adventure, you know. Like if you want a safe place to sit, you'll still be outdoors-ish because you'll be in the van. But if you want to just lay out and hang out, if you're on mushrooms, you totally could do that.
Absolutely.
Those are the only things that the Magic Hippie van can provide, are mushrooms and cannabis. All the other hard drugs, even alcohol needs. Yeah, alcohol needs to take a -2. It's okay around the Magic Hippie van, but if you get out of line around the Magic Hippie van, it may be pink and fluffy, but it knows how to kick some ass. You feel me?
Right. So alcohol can fall back. That's what you're saying. Especially around
the Magic
Hippie van. Yeah.
Yes, the Magic Hippie van is my fun side, and if you fuck with my fun side, then you get the Tupac. My dad was a cop, Marine, I'm crazy Joe
Yeah.
side. You feel me?
Oh yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want that. Nobody wants that. I know I'm a little dude, but I can tear some shit up if I really have to.
Of course.
You know?
Because
I've already...
Especially when you've got... Go ahead.
Especially when I got what? What were you going to say?
We're getting all hyped up. When you have righteousness on your side.
Oh, love, most importantly, as well.
Well, that too. But, you know, if...
love can get violent, but not that often. If it's often, then it's not love violent. It's like once every 20 years, love gets violent. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's cool. I think that we would like to follow the adventures of as the Magic Hippie van progresses in its evolution. I would definitely like to keep updated on the goings-on inside and outside of the Magic Hippie van because it's its own entity.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes, I'm creating multiple things, but we'll talk about the Magic Hippie van, and then we can build, and I can introduce other projects like Movie Police LA. Like that's just a sample. There's multiple projects.
I love that.
That's just,
I love that project. You know, well, you're aware how much I like that project because of the interactions that we've
often. Yes, you do make a lot of comments. Fake cop. Hashtag fake cop.
Hashtag fake cop. Right.
Hashtag.
I've been adding in lately. Hashtag actor.
Oh yeah.
So people don't get the wrong idea.
Oh, dude, everyone's mind fucked in reality as well on Facebook. People think I'm a cop. People think I'm a crackhead. People think I don't know, everything. I'm sure somebody thought everything about me at one point, you know?
Well, that's good because that leaves your options open. Like you can, you
I
can
break
choose.
Somebody told me the other day that I break stereotypes.
Unclassifiable.
Yeah, I'm just like a big question mark.
Sure, like one of our mutual heroes, Tupac.
Yeah,
you can pin him down at all.
Well, that was who he was, you know.
Right. I love the story they tells about the beginning of his career when he was offered the chance to dance around in bikini briefs with a naked doll behind Digital Underground.
Yeah, I've
and
seen
he
that
said,
video.
Of course I'm going to do that. Of course I am. Because you have to have a work ethic.
Yeah, the entertainment industry, right? You have to be gay. You have to do everything, or at least pretend. You have to pretend to do these things.
Well, it's a job, you know. Even if it's something that you don't really prefer doing, like there's a mean to the end, like that doesn't necessarily have to compromise your integrity. Like you might be looked at as goofy, but you know what's funny about that? People never ever go. When they're talking about Tupac specifically, they never say, "Oh yeah, that guy, he started out dancing around in his underwear with a doll." Like it never comes up because he quashed it himself. He's like, "Yeah, I did that." So, what are you doing? You know, and it's a good question. What are you doing to further provide for yourself and your family and your friends and your community? You know, would you be brave enough to do that? And then
I've done some crazy shit already.
And then a year later have a platinum album? Like that's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, that's the direction he chose to go, I guess. So that's what it was.
Right. You do what you got to do, and on his own terms. You know, if more people pursued their passion and weren't so concerned about what other people thought, this world would be a better place.
Yeah, this world would be a better place if we stopped playing characters as well. If we just like, if we put human first and took care of everybody at a human level, everyone's basic needs were met. You feel me? Like, that should be everyone's goal. Like, how can we make everyone better? You know, how can we help the meth head on the fucking boardwalk that's walking around with a knife stabbing random people? You know, like, how can we make that person better? How can we make the guy who has $45 million in a bank account and is always depressed and doesn't know what to do with himself, so he commits suicide, you know?
Right.
Like, come on. There's different levels to all this, and each and every individual, like myself, like you, the guy down the street, we all can connect to different people. That's why I can't heal the world just on my own. I can only reach who I can reach. You can reach who you can reach. The girl that just walked by with her boyfriend, each of them reach different people on their own. Even though they're together, they reach different people.
Right.
Like when they're on their own, doing their own thing. So that's what we need to think. We need to start thinking like worker ants. That ants work when they work together. If you ever seen an ant by itself, it's walking around crazy. Like, what the fuck? Where am I going? I don't know. Which direction? Sure. Where we go?
If you put a guard ant on a round table, it will circle the perimeter of the table until it dies. Because that's what it does. But of all the ants together, it's not just a collection of individuals. It's a entity of its own. Like an ant colony actually thinks. It's a brain. Yeah. Like it functions.
Yeah. It's one conscience.
Way beyond the sum of its
all of those little bodies are one conscience moving. You know. And that's how humans are. And they gotta realize that. We're all connected on a deeper level. And we gotta stop with this fucking individual shit, motherfucker. That's just more dividing people and thinking that you're different. I mean, we are different. Trust me, we have, each and every one of us is unique and can bring different things to different people, but we also need each other. Like, we also need to take care of each other.
Exactly. It goes back to that concept of friendship and love that you were talking about. If you make a new friend or two or three every day, you know, that adds up, and the effect becomes exponential. Like it magnifies, because then you encourage the people that you've given kindness to do that for others. And you know, it can really be as simple as that. Like, embrace the differences, understand what people need, of all kinds. You know, the bum in the street or the millionaire, they both seem to be killing themselves for some reason. Well, we should find out why and then do something about that.
I know why. I can tell you why, but that's like a whole nother story.
Oh,
I mean, we kind of touched a little bit on it, but like I said with the worker ants, we don't. Well, we all
have universal human needs. You know, they're all the same. Like, we all have this, like, as human beings, we all need the same things, like food.
Exactly,
shelter,
the humans. Keep in mind, there's other things walking amongst us that we don't realize they are, and they look like humans, but I don't think they are.
Interesting.
And that sounds crazy, or like we're in a movie, but we are kind of like in a movie. Like, everything's fucking made up somehow.
Well, that goes to the question of whether or not people really have free will, or have we been so manipulated by the society and the people in power that we no longer actually are even making choices. You know, that
I believe we still do have free will, and there are people that think otherwise, that think that they don't, because they're so manipulated and controlled.
Sure.
But they can still get out of it too if they really want to. If they have a spirit. I believe that some people don't have spirits, like they're soulless people walking around. Or they're so gone on meth, like their soul left their body. There's no way that soul's in that body still, you know what I'm saying?
I've seen people come back.
Yeah, they do, but they're not going to if the conditions stay the same. If the conditions stay the same, they will not come back.
That's right.
They need different patterns to make change. And sometimes society needs to change in order to help those people, you know?
Sure. And it doesn't always come down to token transitional housing, you know, or whatever the current fad is to put a Band-Aid on the problem. And,
like the reality, the actual true reality, which no one will ever fucking tell you or, you know, think maybe on their own, is that every human has their own right to some space on this planet. Like, no cop has the right to say, hey, you respect my authority. Like, that shit's made up, bro.
Right, they're in fact given the authority by the people. Like they didn't take it.
But they're not. The real people who know better, they know that shit's bullshit. That's right.
No, I'm with you on that. I've had lengthy conversations with police about that very thing, and you know, sometimes you can reach the individual, but then the system it corrects the officers back to protocol, back to towing the line, back to enforcement, back to brutality. It's fascinating, because if you talk to someone, you can break down the masks and the uniform they wear and actually get the person. But as soon as you are gone, it seems to fade quickly. So you're right. It's about doing stuff continuously as a group to constantly remind people who they really are and what we're really doing here. You know, none of us are getting out of this alive. You know.
Well, I mean, we don't die. We're energy. Energy.
Right.
Energy.
Well, you know what I mean.
But our body, yeah, will die. Go back into the soil where it belongs.
Sure, but when we're here as human beings, I mean, that only lasts a short while. You know, we're born, we live for a while, and then we die. So I think you're right that while we're here, we need things like the Magic Hippie van. We need people like you to raise awareness and to give people a break from the harsh struggles of reality in a lot of ways. And it's cool that you're doing that. You know, and you're like the whole cop thing, the whole movie cop thing. That's dope, because by doing that, you're also breaking down those barriers too. Like not really clowning it, but kind of like in a good way. You know, like hey, I can dress up like this too. You know, and be different and
not have to follow orders.
Serve as an example, because I know that you befriended police officers.
Yeah, I worked really hard.
They kind of appreciate. Right, I know they appreciate it too, and I know they kind of look at you funny sometimes. But
yeah, they pull me over and pull their guns out on me.
It breaks them too. It breaks their mind for a minute too, and they have to reconfigure themselves.
It's healing. Honestly, I'm healing them.
Right.
Yeah. I'm a healer. I heal in different ways, and sometimes I don't even realize I'm doing it until after the fact.
Right. Well, that's cool. It's good to go unconscious. You know, it's like you're fucking like Michael Jordan shooting the J. You know, not even awake. Just I can do this. Swish.
Yeah. I mean, you can't hate. You really shouldn't hate. No matter how much hate somebody's given to you, you shouldn't ever break. And that's the challenge. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. They're like, oh, well, fuck love. I've been hurt so many times, and it doesn't matter. So what? Some dude down the street's been robbed so many times, but he's still gonna rock those Jordans, you know? He's still gonna buy them. He's not gonna let some punk, you know, who robbed him 2 times. So he's gonna get smarter. He's gonna buy Jordans, and he's gonna get, you know, a pistol or whatever it is to feel safe.
Right.
Or go punk him, or go beat him, or go talk to him. He doesn't even have to get violent, maybe. Maybe he can go make a friend out of that enemy. You know?
Sure.
Some people have the ability to do that. I have the ability to do that. Somebody hating on me, I just get at them and start talking to them. You know, not all the time. If they're extremely angry, I just walk away. But there's different levels to this, you know?
For sure.
And
I've made many friends that started out like that, like with a conflict. And then what happens is you work through that, gain understanding, and then you're like, oh, this person is actually not who they appear to be, or they change their perspective, you know, and that's cool. That's
and that you know what? To be honest with you, you just had me have this thought with what you just said. And that could be more of our programming. That could be more like, oh, if they feel X, Y, and Z type of energy, yada yada yada, or this word is said, then this person's gonna react like in a negative way and get aggressive. You know, like it could be like a trigger thing even.
Sure.
If you say a certain word, and maybe they do it through movies and TVs. Well, I know that's how they do it, but there's other ways too, I'm sure.
Right. Well, because you don't always know what those words might be, positive or negative, when you're talking to someone. Yeah. You could spark something in them that causes them to react or respond in a particular way. So, like you were saying, it's always a good approach to respond rather than react, to you know, gain some kind of understanding about where that person might be coming from by asking questions and, you know, not assuming things. You know, they might be having just a bad day and they're not upset with you whatsoever. It just appears that they are because they're still reacting to whatever the stimulus was that made them mad in the first place.
Yeah.
And then you get into that healing thing where you didn't even know that you were helping them out, but suddenly you did, just because you were willing to hear them out, or you asked the right questions about, hey, what happened? You know, not focusing on their feelings, but on the facts about their life and what they're going through at any given time. You know, it's pretty cool to be able to step back and say, hey, we're both humans here. What's really going on? Let's break out of this conformity about.
Yeah, let's not think when we're angry, because you can't rationalize. If you're angry, there's no way. Anger inhibits your brain. You have to get out of that mindset. You have to get out of that state before you can actually think about what you want to do. And people don't do that. They stay in that mindset, and then they do stupid shit. And then that's when all the crazy shit happens.
Exactly. Yeah. Right on. Well, I think that was good. I think we're gonna wrap it up. But
I can keep going, bro. I was actually.
But I've got other
I understand. Yeah, we'll save it for another round. But I'm gonna leave you with this one right here.
Yeah.
About me being able to keep talking. I was actually having a deep discussion with Andy Dick's baby's mama, Lena, and she one of the comments she said, she's like, I feel like I should be videotaping you saying this, and it was just me speaking. I don't even remember what I said, and that was that, you know. So yeah, I can keep going if needed. But
for sure. Like,
go ahead, everybody, check out my website, joeluckay.com. That's Luckay, joeluckay.com.
I'll be sure that I'll post that in the show notes so people can like access that when they're checking out the video, and I'll make sure that there's all the best Joe Luckay photographs up of all your shenanigans, so people can see what's going on as they listen to us talk. And the
Magic Hippie band coming to a town near you.
It's going to be all over. So the last thing I want to say is to thank our listeners, and be sure to hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you like. And we'll be back with will be back with more conversation with Joe Luckay about his Magic Hippie band and everything else that he might want to talk to you. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, good night, everybody.